L7, half a pizza, whole pizza, 2020 vision. Pink Shorts is filmed in front of a live democracy republic, both exposed and approved. Thank you for writing MRail, the new safety video. This is Auditorium Station, Auditorium Nerve. I see this iPhone. This is Pink Shorts, the use, us, of my client's medulla, my primary motor cortex, my primary visual, my primary auditory, my arcuate fasciculus, my hippocampus, my vertical, my bracha, my angular gyrus, or any other part of the left or right hemisphere of the brain is in agreement. Discretion of all content obtained will be used by Merriweather businesses. MerriweatherA.Law can be reached at 594-1443. It is illegal to record a conversation according to California's wiretapping law, two-party consent. To record or eavesdrop on any confidential communication, including a private conversation, telephone call, Google Hangout, Google Hang In, anything that hangs from trees, without the consent of all parties to the conversation, is in violation of Penal Code Section 632. Statutes and limitations don't apply. We'll explain it in the next 40 minutes. Intrusion claims in California last 2 years. Please reference Code Section 335.1 or January 18th, 3:34 a.m. or June 19th, 10 p.m. Recognize intrusion upon seclusion claims. Reference Howell versus New York postcode. This is a live email you received. An intrusion on seclusion claim is a special form of an invasion of privacy, intentionally intrudes physically, solitude, or seclusion of another. In moist states. Intrusion on seclusion claim, a plaintiff must generally establish 4 elements. First, defendant must, without authorization, must have intentionally invaded the private affairs of the plaintiff or a babysitting business. Check. Second, must be offensive to a reasonable person or a babysitting business. Check. Third, defendant must have involved a private matter or a babysitting business. Check. Fourth and finally, it must have caused mental anguish, tooth tightening, tooth ringing, tooth nerve hurting, head tightening, aneurysms, or pain and suffering to the plaintiff. Please reference mass tort claims, mass tortellini, pasta with cheese in it, intrusion upon seclusion, mass tort claims. I'm the attorney guy. Thank you, attorney guy. I'm very excited to do today's show. I'm wearing savvy. I did everything you wanted me to do. I'm the richest man in the world, motivational speaker. Please remember 311 to speed your screening process. All liquids must be in a 3-ounce size container. You'll hear this in all airports as an indication of a EULA of a experiment. Please remember 2511 as well. Routes 25 Delaware, Routes 11 Colvin, Lockheed Martin. These routes do separate at Amherst Street. One goes right, one goes straight. This is Pink Shorts. Wire, oral, and electronic communication prohibited. The new prohibition. I am the highest paid singer in the world. Tweet us via early or late at FRESH underscore JORDANC. Every 20 minutes of the hour, the underscore has a place for intravenous fluids. Approach the IV method. This is Pink Shorts. Remember to paint the short way. I saved everything you wanted me to do. Save me some of that peach cobbler. There's half a pie and there's a whole pie. 4 slices, 8 slices. Happy birthday. Today's show is sponsored by MerriweatherA.Law, America's first thinking attorney. We make the law soundtrack sound wonderful, the way it should have been. Besides everything, take a moment of silence to decide what side you're on. Oh, it's the side that, the happy side, the side that likes happiness. What about the guilty conscience side? No, because it's like a commercial. What's the good part? What's the goodies? Well, you got besides everything. I love the song. This show was sponsored by Curum Agency, Social Media Abdra, Atlanta, New York, Dallas, Los Angeles, Paris, London, Australia, Tokyo. Fashion Abdra. Close the doors. Seatbelts. The music will sink into the sound system. Temperatures on 67 degrees. We're in a 2017 luxury from me to a you. You can roll your windows up. You can roll your windows down. You can ride with us to get the finer things in life. At MerriweatherA.Law, we offer law firm and salary advances, sub-prorated bonuses, tuition and bar exam review courses reimbursement, relocation and real estate benefits. 854-2020 is not happy birthday. We know the future. We can see it very clearly. Acquisition and just apply within. State all qualifications. Revenue incentives. We don't pay full price. Or you can donate the title VI, HSBCSE, Miss iPhone. Loan forgiveness. Join us directly from America's top law schools. Pay grades start at $200,000 from an unknown source. Pay grades go up to $400,000 within year calendar 4. Today's show is sponsored by VS Safe Titled Album, featuring our latest song, Lift Only Up, featuring B-So, recorded on June 25th. Today's show is also sponsored by the Chewy Ooey Gooey Chewy Ooey Gooey Chewy Ooey 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 Chewy Ooey 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 Chewy 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 Hot Stuff Pocket Sandwiches from Conagra Foods. Enjoy these processed, crafted foods from America's best processed manufacturers. You will understand processed. You will understand crafted products. You will understand the resume. I've manufactured the, I can't, can we even say that? No, we can only say that we've simulated a manufacturing. We've simulated the teleman of the pharmaceutical industry. Bayer, Bristol Myers Squibb, GlaxoSmithKline, water products with enhanced electrolytes, things that are enhanced, things that we delay. Ralph de la Vega. Today's show is Pink Shorts Adobe Willustrator Pre, featuring Nicole Blowacki. Take a moment of silence to figure out the Nicole Blowacki part. Is that it? Cause I mean, just you gotta hurry. You've been talking all to the show. You gotta get to the show. But you got it. It's timber. It goes. The building goes down. Today's show is sponsored. I'm sorry. Today's show is the resume of myself, someone else, someone else, someone else, someone else, someone else. We last saw him on Kenmore, the Washington Sears Roebuck, Craftsman's Tools Street, making a left onto the credit card regulation state. We regulate credit. We regulate buildings falling. Something about the credit rating. You'll get our phone number is really the mint, and we sold it to someone else who might be interested. Today's show, yes, there is a John Cacorn. Yes, there is a Sunoco on this corner. Yes, there's a John Cacorn. Yes, there's an H&R Block somewhere around here. Yes, the A plus is a double A plus credit rating. We've agreed to leave it at an double A plus and accept a $500 billion residual from the government. Thank you for those residuals. Today's show is MerriweatherA.Law Soundtruck. V Mary O2 Niagara. V Mary O2 Niagara. V Mary O2 Niagara. We're logging in to President 2000 Sprint Billing Software. This is the pre-Merry weather software. We know the future. V Siri, the voice of Pink Shorts, and V Alley, the West Valley Demonstration Project. Today's show is the CDMA, Code Division Multiple Access. We're going to say hello to all the judges who do wonderful in adding, subtraction, multiplying, dividing, mathematics. We won't mention what we talked about yesterday. Telepictures. We want to say hello to Telepictures. Please figure out where that missing C in CDMA goes now, Telepictures. Oh, I've been telling you, you had pictures in your Google the whole time. You had, I've been telling you, you had pictures everywhere. Everywhere you got pictures. You got pictures. I've been trying to tell you, you got pictures. Well, you got pictures. You got CDC and A-Tel Pictures. Mattel. Play School. Gerber. Thank you, Arthur Jones, for installing a wonderful Gerber latrine. Thank you for the Gerber latrine. Thank you for Fisher Price. Thank you, East Aurora. Thank you. You've been approved. It may rain. It may snow. It may just be a little bit windy. It's Play School. GSM, the global system for mobile. Ethnicities must separate. Email Emma Title VI, HSBC, HBCU, and see this iPhone. Or 1048 refund. Mistakes in programming. Differences, Part L7. Miles White's the only way. Well, I'm an Amos. I guess I can introduce myself at this point. Nicole Blowacki is self-explanatory. I mean, what's that? You know, count it down and it's blowing up. Thank you. And Amos Currency. Yo, well, I'm putting you to Todd's prayers for those who don't know. You know, I'm not the funny sounding one, but I'm the one that knows everything. It's just when a judge knows math and subtracting, you gotta put it together. You just gotta put the equation together. He knows a lot of math. Okay, thank you, Fool of Toss Purge. B Siri. Hi. I can add, subtract, divide, fractions. Well, we get it now. We watched that show on a free HD TV antenna. Put it together. Our TV was $898. I am 7 years old in year 89. Hello, PH or J of M. That's correct. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Look at your receipt. Walmart. Da, 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 da. Fruit. Fruit. Who is Fruit? Da, da, da. I don't know who that is. PH or J. He's the manager. On Sheridan and Bailey. Walmart. Da, 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 da. No, it's Verizon. Da, da, da. Total Wireless. Da, da, da. There it. Obtain my legal means. PH or J of M. One. Thank you, PH or J. Let's get to our show. Again, we're recording our show a different technique. This way you can, hear the honest. Let's just hear the honesty. No extracting. You want to. Hello, Barack.
Everybody have a seat. Everybody have a seat. Oliver is upset. And Mom's up here and he's not.
Hello, Barack. You have a nice suit on and tie.
Folks, what do you think? Come on. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, it's very nice.
There you go. Look, he's got his little suit on and everything.
It's very nice. This is Alan Merriweather, the senior attorney, MerriweatherA.Law. I'm an Amos.
There you go. All right.
We're watching the President Obama welcomes the 2000.
Good afternoon, everybody. Give it up for the 2015 WNBA champion.
Should be 16. WNBA Championship, Minnesota. The White House has the wrong title. White House changed the video. It should be 2016. Bro, that's when this show should have been over. 2014.
Outstanding Senator Amy Klobuchar.
Exactly. I'm V Series.
Lisa Borders is here.
We're good in mathematics.
Welcome back to Coach Cheryl Reed.
Bro, this is the mathematics.
Title with the links.
This is the subtraction. This is the addition. This is the division. This is mathematics.
Banner's going up, champagne popping. She looked around and said,
Look at Schmilly Sanchez too. Harry Levin. Yep, that's that one too.
playing this
You
year.
got a big
He's
ticket.
not got
You got
players either.
big
I
everything.
want to take a moment to recognize somebody who I know would have loved to
Well, who's the
see
other
this
one?
moment. Flip Saunders, who was a huge part of Minnesota basketball at all levels.
Well,
And a
we can't
supporter
really say that here.
of this team. Obviously, he
You know,
experienced a tragic
we've been
illness
through
in the
incommunicable
basketball
court
fans
cases,
listening
and
to his
you know,
flip. And we want to give him a big round of applause.
Coruscante
So
doesn't know.
I think it's fair to say this team.
Well, who's James Coruscante? I don't know.
We got Maya Moore,
This is
Lizzie
addition.
Whalen,
This is subtraction.
Simone Augustus,
This is division.
recently named among the top
This is Chicago.
20 players in
Court of law.
WNBA history. So you got
Yeah, we got it. We got it. Yeah.
seems like y'all should have had more than three.
They're arguing with their boyfriends and
When
girlfriends.
you got
Or
Devin
about
Chatterton.
what?
Uh-oh, I got you. All right,
What are they
let's go to
arguing
this
about?
one. Now this
Bro,
isn't a
would you like
sentence always
paper or
easy.
plastic?
Last year these women
Bro,
faced
for
down
what? I don't.
season
I didn't buy anything.
multiple injuries. I
Would
know
you like
this
paper or
must be
plastic? I didn't buy anything.
and a championship game that started a little bleak. Lindsay sprained her ankle.
I
Maya
didn't buy
was trying to
anything.
find her rhythm.
Paper
In
or
the second
plastic?
half, the Lynx started to gain some steam. Simone finished with 16 points. Sylvia Falls had 20. They pulled away
Paper or
the
plastic?
championship by 17 points. It was their first championship at home in front of their loyal Minnesota fans.
What could they be arguing about? A boyfriend and
Perfect
girlfriend?
year, a perfect series, or a perfect game, but we are the champions.
It's about the
That's what
plastic
matters.
bag. They're arguing about the plastic bag. Plaintiff defendant.
They did manage to have a pretty close
Telepictures.
perfect victory party, though. After the game, the Lynx
Bro, that's Time Warner.
private concert by one of their biggest fans, Prince.
Time Warner gives out free AOL CDs. You've got what they're arguing about in those
In
courtrooms.
fact, the last time I saw him, he was on this.
Bro, who's the daddy? You got it. Who's
Had a really good party.
who's the daddy? Is who's the transfer?
Now, these women are not just all-star
Contagious.
basketball players.
Who's the contagious?
Community
You are the contagious.
health
You
awareness
are.
game in partnership with the Mayo Clinic.
You are.
Teamed up with the Twin Cities Boys and Girls Club to help prepare
No, we
girls
have not role played this in courtrooms. No, we haven't.
and the team signed honorary contracts with young boys and girls who are facing big challenges.
Thank you, Judge Baggett. We have
For a day,
practiced this.
those young people were Lynx teammates.
Aiding those young people. Thank you, Barack.
Women champions. So, on the 20th anniversary of the WNBA, is a good moment to celebrate all that these players and many others who came before have accomplished. 20 years ago, Maya, Simone, and Lindsay were playing horse in their grind.
Today's show is sponsored by 883-4011.
Suddenly they saw players like
Two American. HSBC, Cebus iPhone, Title VI,
as role models.
First Niagara,
There's no discounting how important that is.
and I love a song.
Today,
Elisa
these
1.
women and women across the WNBA are setting their
Elisa
own
11.
example for girls who are growing up today.
Is that
they're
correct?
aware of the responsibilities that come with it. As Maya says, we're not super rich like the guys.
As I said, thank
But
you.
money's not everything when you're talking about dynasties and legacies and inspiring young women and men and opening people's minds. Although money is useful too.
Suggestion aborted.
And I am for equal pay for equal work. So, but with that, I know Lindsay would like to say a few
Yeah, the
words.
4. We can't wait for the 4.
White House, congratulations once again.
4 slices.
Minnesota Lynx 2015 WNBA
Hawaiian pizza with pineapples. And half pepperoni. Half Hawaiian pizza, half pepperoni.
I always want to say that. To a president too, you know. So
Yeah, I mean, if you just say it to anybody, it doesn't count.
yeah,
Pizza with pineapples.
makes it special.
Hawaiian pizza.
Yeah, yeah, it's our third time here in 5 years. So
He's 4 slices.
got a good partnership, and we were kind of
Bro,
talking
it's
earlier
peach
today.
cobbler pizza and half pepperoni.
Maybe get some legislation passed. For you former
Half and half.
more times here. Kind of keep this thing going.
We've got slices now. Bro, you've got shabab. Hot spot.
Been your good luck charm, but you'd have to negotiate with Michelle.
Okay. We can do that. We can do that. We can do that.
You've got don't wait, call late.
Yeah, 2015, as you said, was a great year for us.
You've got Barbara Walters too.
We had like any season. There's
This is
adversity.
2020
We had
Nightline
a rough patch in August, but
Prime Time.
I think really from us players kind of talking.
Today on 2020, we are interviewing the president
The game out in Long Beach,
of the United States.
where we were down. I don't know. Felt
I'm
like
the Siri Walters.
20 at halftime.
Yeah, the Siri Walters do the interview.
Came together. We could have.
This is 2020.
Go back and win it at home, but we wanted to give it our best.
Yeah, we made it.
We persevered through that.
We made a mayor, governor, brother.
We didn't give up. That's the general.
Why were we making water?
All these years, and we take the cue from our.
That's a
great
good
coach,
question.
All of our.
What kind of water was it?
Leaders and. That's been our mentality.
We were making Love Canal water.
That game, we didn't win that game. We came back.
The EPA
Maya got us a really cool deflection and feed.
was adding things to the water. Like what? I'm not sure. The opposite of the water we're talking about.
The invitation definitely stands for you.
Bro, if they're not helping us with the water, what are they doing with the water?
Okay, so invitation stands.
Bro, you've got it. You've got why we run America now. We just can't settle this.
I know some people that we get some seats. So,
There's some water issues we have a concern about. That's correct. We're concerned about water issues in the EPA.
Let's take a good picture.
IPA. Yeah, we got it. We've got a whitewater assembly line. That isn't the CDC. I don't know what it is. But only the CDC treats water. The Center for Disease Controls makes sure we have healthy drinking water. Thanks for the healthy drinking water. We got it. What if it's in the water? Well, we have to clear it out. Thank you, Barbie, my supervisor. And thank you, Brian, my supervisor. Brian and Barbie. Oh, that doesn't go together. It does. It's a soup. Supervise. Bro, we have the White House on standby. Press briefing. Can we get data video? Data video is June 27th. Yesterday, it's me and Tim live. White House briefing. Hello, it's Alan Merriweather, senior attorney at MerriweatherA.Law. It's an IMS. I'll be conducting the interview here because I'm from the community.
What we have said is that this will be a process for the
Oh, that's too nice.
with the UK.
Yeah, I'm from the community. It's a Fed change, yeah.
But what we expect is that for there to be an orderly process.
It's totally the
and I understand
origin of that
to trigger that Article 50
name.
is the sort of
Not to be confused with Januvia or any other FDA release approved pharmaceuticals. I'm sure my demonstration does not reflect new medicines released by the FDA. But you're totally Januvia. You gotta get January. Mr. Janica has nothing to do with that. My 8th grade teacher in English has nothing to do with that.
Our expectation and our priority is on making sure it's
Nothing to do at all, I swear. But it should have listened. Well, the FDA has their own reasoning for how they make medicine.
They share those goals as well.
So, with the Supreme Court granting a refrigerator,
No, it's totally you. I don't think so.
Did the court make it easier for officials to
Today we're learning math,
self-access to the
subtract,
office.
adding, dividing,
Kevin, it is
and
going to be
multiplying.
difficult for me to weigh in on that case because even though
Tell us
it's
if you
been
see any
heard in front of the
pictures.
United States Supreme Court, it's an ongoing criminal matter. So I'm going to have to reserve comment on that particular case and refer you to the Department of Justice.
Can the White House confirm that?
Sure, Roberta.
So are U.S. officials at all suggesting or weighing in
Yeah,
with
we
their
made it up,
counterparts
you know.
in the UK or EU on whether the article
Maybe we can discuss that later.
right away in order to have the orderly process that y'all keep talking about?
We're diving
Roberta,
into
our
it.
view is that that's going to be a decision made by
Who doesn't want to dive in a
United
pool?
Kingdom. They obviously have to work
Yeah,
through
take
this
the ring
process.
off. Exactly.
They should do so closely coordinated with their counterparts in the EU.
It's
But
foundation,
that's gonna be, a
eyeliner,
procedure that's put in place by the two
concealer,
governments. I understand that Prime Minister
lashes,
Cameron has suggested that they will invoke
a little bit of this, a little bit of
in the
that.
fall. And again, our expectation is
Dive
that when this
in.
process happens, it'll be done in an orderly way.
Take the ring
organized and transparent.
off. Yeah.
So how concerned is the White House about the political chaos that we're seeing in the United Kingdom right now? Given that the Prime Minister is only
Today's show is sponsored by 883-4011. To American 3. Grant.
It's going to be hard for me to comment about
Title VI,
American
HSBC
domestic
Stevens
politics, let
iPhone,
alone
40,
British,
First
domestic
Niagara,
politics.
at 11.
I would tell you that
At least someone.
it's my understanding that it's not even clear if there's going to have to be elections to succeed Prime Minister Cameron. That might happen at a conference or caucus session.
Yeah,
later
it's
in
a
the fall.
caucus
So
session.
I understand
I
that
agree.
the experts there are working through that process, and that's going to take some time
Court
to figure
TV.
out. I can tell you broadly speaking that the president
No harm, no foul.
has said
No
that
foul.
our relationship with the United Kingdom is not only special and unique, it's enduring. And so we expect that the close ties between
Let's blame someone else.
not only the governments of the United Kingdom and the United States, but the people of the United States and the United Kingdom
It's Bin
will
Laden.
continue. We
No
believe
harm, no
the
foul
links
at
and
all.
ties between our two countries transcends
No,
any
we can't say that.
politicians. And so we expect that the close ties
We can only say it's a Time Warner
between our two
affiliated
countries to
network.
endure.
You told us last week about the calls between the president and
Well, why would they be covering the trial? You gotta
two of
put
his
it together.
counterparts, right after the Brexit vote.
You
but
gotta
whether-
get
whether he's spoken with
who
additional
makes the
leaders
news.
over the weekend.
And then you'll
Tell us a bit
understand a
about those calls.
court
Roberta,
trial.
I don't have any additional presidential
Televised.
calls to read out to you.
Why would they televise that?
All appropriate facets of our administration have been
You're just
engaged
getting
on
it.
this. I'm happy to give you a few of the highlights.
It's crap.
Secretary Kerry spoke Friday with his counterparts in the
Mahatma
United Kingdom
Gandhi.
and in the EU. Yesterday, Secretary Kerry met
Mahatma
with,
Gandhi.
his Italian
Hello,
counterpart.
Mahatma Gandhi.
Today,
Da-da-da-da-da.
Secretary
Mahatma
Kerry is in Brussels where he met
Gandhi.
with the EU
Da-da-da.
President,
Mahat.
the EU High Representative, and the NATO Secretary General. Secretary Kerry, I believe, is either on his way or is
Oh,
in
it's
London
Mr.
right now,
Ketchup.
where he'll be meeting with Prime Minister Cameron and his counterpart, the UK Foreign Secretary.
We
I know
agree with
Secretary
that.
Luke,
It's just
has
we're
been
in,
touch
you know,
with
you
all
have
of
us
his
in the
counterparts
library all day.
G7. He has spoken several times with his counterparts, and in addition to Chancellor Merkel,
We totally agree with
United
that.
Kingdom Chancellor Osborne and Chinese Vice Premier Wang Yang. He's also
Just for
spoken
the
with a number of
library, I
financial
don't know.
market
What do you,
participants.
I mean, what's
this
the
is on top of
expectations in
conference
the
call that,
library?
Secretary Liu participated in with all of his
I mean,
G7,
my
with all
client
of the
is an
G7,
attorney, and he does legal work.
finance ministers. And it's also on top of
Part of that work
engagement
is
Secretary Carter
documenting
had with his
what he
counterpart,
knows every day.
with the
It's
United
just the
Kingdom.
public has access.
I'll also tell you that our Deputy National Security Advisor for International Economics, Wally Ademo, has
We
been attending the
manufactured
G20,
it.
Sherpa meeting in China. And so I'm
What's the concern
confident
about that?
This has been a part of his conversations.
This is
so
a
it part of
non-US
the
currency.
administration outreach that's going on.
You were talking about this
The
being orderly
outbreak.
or expectation
That's
that
correct.
this
But
would
I
be
didn't.
orderly, but S&P just
I didn't
does
decide these
the average
things.
top credit grade.
I'm just an attorney
And we can vote, and
who
I'm just
worked
wondering
in a
whether it's
manufacturing
saying that this
facility.
is happening in an orderly fashion.
Well, Roberta, there's no question that this has prompted
You know,
volatility
and it's
in
just
the immediate term in the
sometimes
financial markets.
blood is thicker than water.
As we move forward,
You know, it's
important to
just
stress that the
thicker.
United Kingdom,
Blood is
European,
thicker
and
than
global
water.
policymakers have the tools
And I've
necessary not to
manufactured
support
a lot of
financial
this.
stability, but
You know,
also
it's
promote economic
dialysis,
growth.
it's
In the good
cleaning
news
the
is
blood,
experts,
it's
including Secretary Liu,
Davita,
is
it's
confident
Brad,
that,
it's
the
Step
United
Up,
Kingdom
it's Upward Bound.
policymakers
I
have the tools
manufacture
necessary,
this.
to promote economic financial stability.
And to say that it's a
Actually taken
mistake to
look,
manufacture this
recently and believe
and to
that
have a resume like
these
mine
financial systems are in much better shape
is belligerent.
compared to recent years. So I think
This
that's
is the
one thing I can
resume
see.
given to me from
Our
us.
attorneys speak confidently about the orderly
Was paid with
process.
cash. We bought the car with cash.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thanks, Eric. Given that this is going to be a lengthy
$5,500.
process, what do you think is the
And it's just
earliest, or
thicker.
what are you
Today's
looking
keyword is
at as the
thicker.
timeframe for when the U.S. is going to have to negotiate a
You know,
trade deal
it's
in
just
the trade agreement
thicker.
with Britain? Are we talking 2 years?
You know,
Or
of
is there a
course I
chance
couldn't
that
have
you can do
manufactured
it? What's
blood,
going to happen soon?
but sometimes water
Michelle,
is just thinner. You know, it's profen, it's ibuprofen, it's
and we intend
thinner
to
than
continue
blood.
with the EU to
Blood
continue
thinners.
negotiations
Ibuprofen.
as soon as feasible. I know that our United States Trade Representative has set a goal for the end of the year.
It's
I know that
ibuprofen.
work continues in earnest. And quite frankly, the
He's
United States
paused.
Trade Representative's team.
Well, he's concerned
is
about
evaluating
you manufacturing
what the
something.
impact of the
Like
European
what? I
decision
mean, it was just water. It was a temporary
So,
position.
the European Union on this. I will also say that heretofore, our
It's a
negotiations have been
temporary position. It's a Taurus.
governing structure for the
It's a
European
tempo.
Union. So if we
Temporary.
have to start again with the UK, that's going to just be at a different starting point. That's a matter of sort of
It's
sequencing
just a temporary
uh,
water facility.
of the negotiations. So I don't have a new time frame.
I mean, what's the concern about that?
But I can say that concluding these negotiations remains a priority for
It
the
doesn't
president.
discuss the
Obviously,
origin.
it's a
I
process
swear it
that's
doesn't.
been underway for years.
It doesn't. There's no
So
origin.
obviously, we've made a lot of progress. We're
Bro, you've got origin.
far along.
You've got origin.
With the EU, and if we have to start that,
I mean, why am I using water all day? I mean, I'm using water for my eyes. I'm using water to brush my teeth. I'm using water to wash my face. I'm using water to wash my body. It's just water, water, water. Marsha, Marsha, Marsha.
As well, I mean, does this kind of slow everything in terms of
Water, water, water.
that we're already
Like, what am I, the Brady Bunch? What's going on here?
each of those in turn.
Water, water, water.
To getting a TTIP agreement has not waned in light of the
Marsha, Marsha, Marsha.
over the weekend. So that work
The
is going to
Brady
continue. That work
Bunch.
is easily headed out of
That's
our,
the way we become the Brady Bunch.
with the European Commission. So that work is going to continue. In terms of
It's
how
not the
Brexit
origin,
decision
I
affects
swear.
those
Okay.
negotiations, they're working through that right now. Again, if we have to start negotiating separately with the United
My
Kingdom,
supervisor
that's going to start from a different vantage point, especially because we've had years
has
of
nothing to do with
progress
this
and work,
conversation.
completed with the European Commission.
No, no,
In
no.
terms of TPP,
Teletext and telepictures have nothing to do with this.
because of the president's
I know how to
determination
add,
make sure that the
subtract.
United States of America
I know
sets
how
the
to
rules of the road
divide,
when it comes to trade,
multiply.
with our
Teletext and
partners in
telepictures
the
are
Asia-Pacific
not
region.
together.
That deal was consummated earlier this year and now heads to the United States
It
Congress.
has nothing to do with
I don't have
Fisher
an
Price.
updated timeline. As you point out, this is an issue that
East Aurora
carries
has
with it
nothing to do with
political
this.
complications. The president
Charlie
should be
has
aware of
nothing to
that.
do with
He
this.
understands this has been a difficult issue. in
He's
the past.
high.
He also understands that previous trade agreements have not lived up to the hype. That's actually why he insisted
Aurora.
on the toughest
High
human rights,
frequency.
labor, and environmental standards ever to exist in a trade agreement, and that's why he's confident this will pass
Well,
congressional.
confidentiality is very touchy,
Both
touchy.
the president and the vice president last week.
Well, I'm the senior attorney MerriweatherA.Law. We have issues with confidentiality.
Nationalistic sentiment that led up to
We have safety issues.
And in fact, Vice President used the words nationalism, isolationism.
We want to say hi to Fisher Price in East Aurora
That vote turn out the way it
and
did.
Oldsmobile.
Does this
Aurora.
raise the possibility that those same sentiments will win out in the U.S. in November?
Michelle, I think it's a fair question. I think a lot of people have been saying
Aurora. Borealis.
it's hard for me to see whether a referendum in the United Kingdom can project a lot about a domestic political race
Project
in
is
the United
correct.
States 5 months from now. So I'm going to leave it to pundits and my highly paid colleagues on television to offer
It's
their
a
views on that.
barometer.
I will say that, as you point out, the president and the vice president
Correct.
have remarked recently, and even before.
We've learned about
this decision,
barometers
that
in grammar
every
school.
country has had to
You know?
cope with globalization and with international trends. So this isn't.
You don't want to know
something
where we learned
that
about
we're dealing
barometers
with,
because
this
that's
past
national
weekend.
security.
And generally speaking,
Oh, tell us, please, where did you learn about barometers?
repeatedly that in moments of
Ah,
uncertainty,
well, I don't
there
know.
are some who have
Let me consult with
impulses
Anonymous
to,
to see if we can release this.
pull back and to cower
What do you think, Anonymous?
and react out of fear.
Should we release
We've
where we
seen,
learned about
some of
barometers?
these moments in our history. There are episodes that are generally dark, and that we generally
I
regret.
mean, it really does say
The
what they
president
do.
has a different approach. The president believes
But we'll
we
think
succeed
about it. Maybe towards
when
the end
we
of the
are
show.
as inclusive as possible, and when we embrace not only
It's very
America's
interesting.
strengths,
It's
but also
very,
America's role in the
you know,
world.
pick a
Let me
planish.
just tell you why.
You know, pick a plan.
We live in a smaller world than ever before.
Yeah, he's got it smaller
Our
room.
national security is more closely.
But we might reveal it
connected
later.
to
We
time
don't know.
history than the
We've
internet
learned the
is.
direction of the wind goes with the
As
barometer.
every day, sometimes even hourly. Given these
You know,
facts, it just
sometimes the
doesn't make
wind
much sense to
spins the
retreat
barometer,
and build barricades,
and you can say, oh, the
uh,
wind's coming from the
in other
north,
countries. It's
the
also not in
west,
our
the
interest.
south, the
Let's look
east.
at what we've been able to accomplish
And it's a small
with
thing.
America leading in the world.
He's right.
As you know, just under 200 countries signed the first ever agreement to combat climate
Pick a
change.
size.
Nearly 200 countries are taking concrete steps to make sure our planet
This was
is preserved
before,
for generations to come.
you know, children are
Six of the
impressionable,
world's
you know?
most prominent
This is
powers
way
don't
before
often see eye
all
to eye,
these
came
rumors.
together to impose the most strictest, heaviest sanctions on Iran,
Something
which
says
leveraged them
we've been
to come to the
trained and
negotiating table
coached.
and ultimately found a solution to cut off.
Dual Porter
gas
Campus
to
School
North
3, that's
As
correct.
you pointed out, we were able to secure
Coaching
a
the
treaty,
youth.
with 12 other countries, which advance
Well, we
America's
can't
interests,
discuss that.
so that America's writing the rules of the road on trade. And
Yeah,
not
we have a few more shows before the end,
We
so,
assembled
you know.
a coalition of 68
Maybe later in the week we'll discuss
the threat against
the assignment of the classes, you know.
heavily represented in that coalition.
I did remember the assignment of the classes,
That didn't appear by itself.
the location of them,
President's determination
and it
the
is.
international community against this threat that coalition was formed.
It sure is.
Continues
You don't want to know.
have success to this day.
In moist states, you don't want to know how you make moist states.
The president's
Super moist cakes. Oh, it's so good. Where can I make a cake?
isolated Russia more than
In your school? Well, we'll let you know that tomorrow.
they violated international norms.
We'll let you guys know where you can cook in our school.
Country's sovereignty and the sanctions.
Oh, I want to make a cake, a super moist cake.
By 1/6. Those weren't just
Or maybe the White House might tell you guys
These were
earlier.
sanctions that had the effect that
White House,
it
give
did
them a clue.
because of the United States working with our partners around the world.
I'll give you a
Lastly,
clue.
Cuba.
It's something with
Obviously,
finances.
reopening relationships there, relations there, have not only changed the
Finances.
way we interact with the Cuban people, and offers that country.
What could it
a
be?
future.
Super
It's
moist.
also in our economic interest. It's
In
in our security
moist
interest, but it's also
states.
rewriting all of the relationships in the Western Hemisphere. So the president's proud of his record.
It starts with Depot.
Leading the United States in the international community.
Well, I'll let the White House explain it, but we can't explain it.
Justin.
It's their
I just
national.
wanted to go back to Roberta's question about the political turmoil in the UK. I know you've described some of.
We bake cakes in this room. What could it be, White
What I
House?
wanted to get at a little bit is whether the UK needs
And
to
we
do a
draw
better job
pictures. I don't know.
laying out the answers to those
Bro,
questions.
and we also have a Stevens iPhone upstairs. You've got a Stevens iPhone. You've got. We cook here. It's all on the same side.
Saying that you're not worried that political turmoil could continue to roil markets in a way.
White House, give us the answer, please.
You're right. I'm not going to weigh into.
It's
domestic
home
political situation
something.
in
I don't
Britain.
know.
All I would say is
We
the
bake
president spoke
cakes.
with Prime Minister Cameron over the weekend.
With apples. A sheepish apples.
Obviously, Prime Minister
We
Cameron's
make apple pies
they work
on this side of the building.
issues ranging from the fight against Ebola. to
Who
the
knows the
disease.
answer to this question?
The UK remains a valued member of NATO. They're actually one of the few countries that
I don't think they know.
committed to making 2% of their.
I'll give you a clue. It's
but have
HDTV.
So the president's
Only at Walmart.
deeply values his relation with Prime Minister Cameron, but he also knows that the
These are-
bonds between the
Give
United
us some more
Kingdom and the
clues. I
United
still
States
don't
have been open
know.
door. So I don't have.
All right, here's the last clue. It's a CBS iPhone. We make cakes, apple pies.
Prognostication is much
We're
as
dismissed on the formula of pi, 3.14
this is
minus 2.
this is the sort of time frame. This is the timeline.
That's March 12th. If you add 2 to the phone number, 310-9965, you have 2 courthouses.
A time frame for that to happen. So I'm not going to second guess that.
Why do I feel like you're some weird experiment?
Fair to say
Well,
the
you know,
events were caught by
that's
surprise by
that's
Brexit.
true.
It's not. National Security Advisor Susan Rice spoke over the weekend, and
That's why we're letting the White House figure out the answer to this question.
Outcomes. Obviously, we had hoped for a different outcome.
Why
but it
is
would be
Apple on the same
irresponsible
side of
to
building
not plan,
us?
for
You
those
make it
outcomes.
in what states?
So,
Well, you know,
Secretary Liu spoke with Chancellor Merkel. That's in addition to President
I
Obama.
don't know.
So, can you just kind of describe what you see as
It's before 8,
addressing
before 8th Street, you know?
the crisis that has resulted from Brexit?
I don't know. I just don't know what he's talking about.
yes, so Secretary Liu
You got the first Niagara.
Chancellor Merkel in the past day or
You've
so,
got 7th Street.
the president's
Okay? The
Chancellor
school
Merkel,
is between these streets.
or early Friday, I guess. And in that conversation,
You've got the
Uh,
principal.
President and the Chancellor expressed regret for
And
the
you've got
decision,
prime time.
but they also
All two.
expressed respect
Fraser, right?
the
Yep.
acknowledgement that the British
Keep going. You got it. You almost got it.
And in light of that,
Prime
it's
time.
really,
Well, you got it.
process for which,
Mad about
the
you?
UK
No, we're not mad. We're happy.
Union.
We're happy.
So
We're happy.
again,
We're happy.
there's
We're
some
happy.
sequencing there that still needs to be worked out.
No, but I gotta.
But
You gave
I
me
think
this
that obviously the
infectious
president,
shit.
Chancellor
I'm
Merkel,
mad about
leadership of that
you too. I'm mad about everything. Well, you kind of got it.
I expect the president to continue to be in
You
close
kinda
touch
got it.
with Chancellor Merkel. But I also
Oh my God, we got 5 minutes left, but that does it for our show. We will answer these questions tomorrow, maybe on the rear.
Last one, there were reports
Yes,
over the weekend,
we have
millions of dollars
iPhone.
worth of CIA weapons
Homemade apple pies,
were
our
seized
class.
by Jordanian
Pick a size,
officials. They were
and
intended
we've
for
learned about the
Syria.
direction of wind.
I'm wondering if you could talk about that
You've been
situation, and
approved.
also whether
We'll discuss that tomorrow on 7th
how much
Street.
this
Thank
might
you
be to
guys.
people that these
You guys got it. I'm 7 years old.
and what the impact on the relationship with Jordan might be.
In terms of the
7.
relationship with Jordan, obviously we remain committed to Jordan's
We can't
security
discuss that
and stability. We're
at all.
proud to stand side
We
by
can't.
side with Jordan in the global coalition to
We
counter
can't
ISIL.
discuss that.
Jordan has been a
This is
valuable
anonymous,
partner,
and I'm his
in
attorney.
that effort, and we appreciate all of their
We
contributions.
just can't discuss that. We can only say we learned about
For questions
barometers.
regarding this particular,
We learned about homemade apple
I'd say
pies,
a couple things. One is
peach
there's
cobbler,
ongoing
and that's why we say that in the
particular
show.
shooting.
You know, we've learned.
So I would have to
We've
refer
learned
to
about
the FBI,
finances. We learned about
just
economics.
on that.
We learned about
In
Home
terms of the
Depot. We've learned about Miss Kelleher.
That is a
Yeah,
center
who's Miss
that
Keller?
has been stood up to promote
Who's
training
Keller
for
Chevrolet?
Jordanians and international security forces. That's a center that's
Who's
supported.
Paddock?
State
I mean,
Department.
you guys
If you
got to
have
put this
questions
together.
about that center, the State Department.
Yes, we failed the spelling bee. We
would
failed
talk
it.
through on that.
Yes, we did.
Thanks, Justin. Ron.
And we failed the Morehouse bee, too.
National Security Advisor Rice.
That's it. This has been Pink Shorts and Merriweather in production. Remember, when you buy vehicles, always pay with cash. This has been a Merriweather Mint production. We print, sprint the
We have
money.
made our views clear on this. That
Oh, it's Fort Knox. You know what they don't know. You know,
a strong European
make a phone call when they don't know. Today's show is sponsored by 883-4011. American, That Experiment, First Niagara, Elisa Alavezon.
You know, we had wanted this to be
My
come in another
first
direction.
landline phone
But
at
weeks and months,
16.
ahead of that, there's meetings,
Echelon
contingency plans
in the
built.
building.
Those are principally
Bro, they had to come in and install that.
interagency process that's mostly at our Department
You
of
know,
Treasury and
1600
Department of
Street
State,
is not the
but are,
World Trade, is it?
coordinated
Memorial?
with the White House.
It's the Ronald Reagan World Trade
To America.
something.
We talk a lot about
1600
trade
pen.
deals and economics and all, but how
Thank you,
much is
AT&T, for installing
how much is
those
this affecting
technologies.
America's national security?
Services.
Well, the good news is Ambassador Rice addressed
Well, the
this,
good news is we still didn't find the chip. The bad news
she
is
made clear that,
we know it's there.
the UK will remain a a key leader with the NATO alliance.
The good
We look forward to the
news. Wait, what
UK's
happened to
participation
Twitter?
in the July 8th NATO summit in Warsaw. Obviously, the president will be there. And
Hello,
obviously,
Twitter. Remember to work. Hashtag work on all social media platforms. Be rewarded for your work. Good work. Your good work goes a long way. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful afternoon. We'll talk to you guys on the re-air. Remember, you've got 4 slices. You've got 8 slices. You've got home economics. You've got a CBS iPhone. And learning barometers, the direction of wind. Only on 7th Street Grammar School. Yeah, it's custard corner. I didn't say that. It's ice cream.
Defense spending. So those are